Hello, everybody, and welcome to the reading of the week, the Tarot with Titania reading of the week for August 6th to the 13th. I hope you're all well and enjoying this beautiful summer wherever you are. Great, so I'm just going to invite you to take 3 deep breaths, close your eyes, pull yourself into the present moment, and just be here now for this reading. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I'm about to do a reading for our collective highest and greatest good. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information that we most need to receive right now, and to provide that to all those listening in a manner that will be easily and effortlessly heard, understood, and integrated for their highest and greatest well-being, and the well-being of anyone whose life they touch. I call upon my higher self and the higher selves of all those listening to be present and facilitate this exchange. And I also invite an overlighting angel of communication to ensure that this reading happens in the highest and best way possible, that we cover all that is in the collective heart and minds of those listening now and in the future, and that we address and support all that is greatest and good within each of us so that we may be of greatest service in the most beautiful way possible, supporting this beautiful planet that is our home now and in the future. I'd also like to invite the 4 archangels to come and hold the 4 directions around us, creating a sacred container of light, of love, of clarity, of wisdom, of healing, of transformation, of upliftment, of empowerment. Across time and space, wherever you are held in this bubble of light. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you for coming. Anything that doesn't match these frequencies of love and light and the highest and greatest good is welcome to go now. Okay. So, let's get to the cards. What is it that we need to know this week for our collective highest and greatest good? That we may transcend and become all that we need to become in order to be clear channels for the good that we're here to bring. That we may navigate the challenges that we face in a good way and produce wonderful solutions that are good not only for us, but for all life that we share this beautiful planet with and for the planet herself. Okay. This week we're doing past, present, future, as we usually do. Here we are. It just felt like what was needed this week. So let's start with the recent past. We have the card of balance. So this is influencing the present into the future, but this idea of just holding things steady, of doing things in a balanced manner, not overdoing anything, not overextending oneself, but just taking care of what needs to be taken care of, doing it with attention, with intention. But again, this idea of not going excessively into anything, just being present, being grounded, being neutral. That's what all of those words are part of this energy of the 2 of swords. Swords, as you know, are ideas in action. And so this is about taking balanced action or intentional action that is neutral, that is appropriate in a good way. So we're coming from this and we're moving into another lovely card, celebration. So celebration, just getting into life, really just allowing yourself to be in the present moment and savor it and milk it for all it's worth. Finding that which you are in celebration of. So whatever that might be, it's this energy of going into the present moment, of being there fully, of recognizing the beauty, the perfection, the magnificence of what is before you. And celebrating that, understanding that everything is contributing to our collective highest and greatest good, even if appearances would seem to indicate otherwise. Understand that it's all pushing us to become more than we are, to become greater than we were, to be of greatest service, to offer our gifts in good ways, and to push us into becoming a better version of ourselves and collectively a better version of humanity. So here it's just about being in celebration in the present moment. Not too hard to do with the beauty of summer all around us. The near future, we have the Princess of Hearts. So this is new beginnings on the level of the heart. new understandings, new openings, new grasping of our connection to each other and how things are unfolding for our highest and greatest good. Princesses in my deck are the pages of other decks, which are usually can indicate babies, can indicate new beginnings, fresh starts, that kind of energy. You think about a baby, the excitement and the anticipation. So we have in this near future, we have this new possibility space on the level of the heart and understanding and compassion and kindness. All of that is embodied in this near future card. So greater understanding for ourselves, for others, finding a kinder, wiser way of responding to ourselves when we do or be something, do or be, how we are being, how we are doing things, if it isn't how we want it to be. Being kind with ourselves and recognizing that the awareness is the first step to changing anything. And that kindness is essential, not only for others, but for ourselves too. That's really important. So we move from balance, getting things done kind of energy to being in this moment, celebrating it, being in summer, being in enjoyment, being in the pleasure of a human body at this time on the planet. To the best of your ability, stepping away from anything that might trigger you from fear or disharmony, and instead focusing on all the good, all the appreciation that you feel in your heart for the good that surrounds you, and focusing on the beauty, focusing on the good. Maybe turn off the news for a little while and just stay in a good place. Go to the beach, go swim in some water, go spend time in nature. And that's always a great way to shift into that place of right relationship with ourselves and the world. And then this near future is this fresh start on the level of the heart, this new awareness, this new understanding, this greater kindness, greater compassion, greater is sort of an expansion on the level of our heart and our level of awareness and connection to others and our understanding of our greater interconnection, how we are all one. So that's the direction that we're heading in. It's like we're taking another step up into our greater connection and understanding of that connection, and how what each of us does is so important to the collective as well as to our own immediate lives and those around us. So being in right relationship to ourselves and to others. Okay, and the foundation card, why we're having the card this week, initiation. Again, strong ace is also strong new beginnings. This is the first card of the suit of wands, which is creativity, inspiration, and passion. So this theme continues, the theme of follow your preferences, follow your passion, follow your inspiration, follow your highest enthusiasm. Let that be your guiding light, directing you in your life towards what it is that you're here to do, be, and serve, how you're here to serve in your best way. This is through the energy of your highest enthusiasm. Everything that you want is in that direction. So we've talked about this a lot lately. It's a very, very strong theme that your preferences, that awareness of what you prefer, what you like, what you love, what you get excited about. And as I said, even if it's as subtle just as a preference, chocolate over vanilla or vice versa, that going with your preferences is fueling your confidence and your understanding of yourself, your place on the planet, and who you need to be on this planet. Everything that you want is in the direction of your preferences. And if you're denying yourself your preferences, you need to really give yourself a good hard look. Why are you shutting down the life force flowing through you? Because that's what you're doing. When you ignore or turn away from your preferences or talk yourself out of them for whatever reason, you're turning down the dial on life, because those preferences are life calling to you. That's the message. That's the voice of creation calling you forward into greater expansion, into greater joy, into greater satisfaction, into greater bliss. That is what your preferences are, your desires, those things that call you forth into your excitement, your enthusiasm, your inspiration. And as I said, if you're not in the end of enthusiasm, that's cool. Start with your preferences. Start with what you prefer. Look at the contrast in your life and always move in the direction of your preferences, and you will never go wrong. So this card is reminding us about this. To follow, wands are the suit of fire. Fire is the passion. It's our generative energy. It's the quality that allows us to create, to imagine, to see things in a bigger way, in a different way. It's the life force flowing through us, that excitement. This is the foundation card. This is very important this week. So this week, I would encourage you very, very much to focus on your preferences, celebrate them, Enjoy them, milk them for what they're worth, because of course our frequency is how the universe matches us, pulls us forward. So when we're enthusiastic and we're excited, the universe sends us more to be enthusiastic and excited and grateful for. If we're emanating a different kind of frequency, you can bet that that's what you're going to get more of. If you've been hooked into the fear narrative, and I'm very sorry if you have been, but I encourage you as much as possible to let that go and turn instead towards trust the universe, trust the bigger picture, understanding that there is a greater flow, there's a greater energy, there's a greater good that's happening behind all the kookiness that we're seeing unfolding in the world, all the illogical, irrational, strange decisions that are being made. There is something behind it that is for our highest and greatest good. So don't worry about the bigger picture. Get into your own life, make your own life as beautiful and good as possible. Tune into that preference energy. And understand too that our highest and greatest satisfaction comes from being in service to life through our gifts. When we move in the direction of our preferences, we are moving in the direction of our yeses, of our gifts, our abilities, and our opportunity to show up and share them in a good way for the greatest good. That's what we're here to do. It's not just about us. It's really important to realize this isn't just about us. It's about us in service to life. And that's what this card is all about, initiation. That means start, like a really strong, deliberate, and intentional start in your life. Really being very intentional with that energy and pulling it in a very deliberate manner. Grabbing life. The hand is reaching up for the wand of inspiration, of wands. Taking hold of the wand of life and knowing that that will bring all the magic that you want into your field. Okay, so that is the reading for this week. I'm going to do a card to grow on because it helps sometimes to just summarize it. But this is a very favorable reading. No major arcana, so I'm not expecting any ups and downs this week in any sort of major crazy way. But this is very much about focusing on the good. This balanced perspective is really serving us. Hold that. Notice if you're starting to go to one polarity or the other. Bring yourself back, whatever it is that you need to do. Go for a walk, do some yoga, have a drink of water, listen to some music. Do something to break the pattern of going to an extreme. Bring yourself back to center, into the present moment. Be in appreciation and gratitude for all the beauty and the good that surrounds you, all the good people. Know that your heart is opening, that we are changing, we are growing, we are becoming kinder, more compassionate, more understanding. We are having an opening on the level of our heart and our experience here on the physical experiential level, because our heart is so connected to our body. So being in our bodies and having new beginnings. And then this inspiration, this initiation card, this being open to that new beginning, being open and intentional about your willingness to go in the direction of your highest enthusiasm and really seeking it. As I said, even if you don't know what that means, start with your small preferences. What color do you prefer? What fruit do you prefer? What flavor do you prefer? And just slowly keep moving and building that trust, that energy, that dynamism of moving in the direction of your preferences. And notice, again, if you're holding yourself back from your preferences, what you really want, be kind with yourself. It's okay. We've been conditioned in many ways to deny our heart and deny our calling because of whatever conditioning we have going on in our world. But it's time now for us to move in the direction of that. There's an amplification of the energy as more and more of us turn towards our preferences, as we understand that this is life calling to us and that this is our path and purpose on this planet. We are shifting collectively, and it gets easier and easier. And we understand that as we're in service to life, as we bring our gifts forward, we're often helping others to fulfill their passion and their purpose and their opportunity to serve as well. We're all in this together. We're all here doing this together. So get on board intentionally and look for your opportunity to say yes to your preference. Okay, now let's get the card to grow on for this week. Creator, what is it that we need to know? What one card will summarize the wisdom of this week for us, that we may carry that forward and use it in a good way to remind ourselves of where we are and where we're going and what we want, and practicing being intentional in our every moment about what we're creating and what we're lining up with for the highest and greatest good of ourselves, our families, our communities, and this beautiful world. Okay, our card to grow on for this week. This Princess of Wands. So not unlike, we saw the Princess of Hearts just before, and we had the Ace of Wands initiation. We have the Princess of Wands here. Again, that energy As I said, princesses in my decks are pages and others. It's that idea of baby, of strong new start, of new energy, of new life. So this card is sort of bringing together what we had in the last reading and reminding us of our commitment. It's interesting because you see she's even pointing to the letter that she's reading. I don't know if you can see that, but there's this sort of intentional, directed attention towards what is wanted, to paying attention. And so this is our work this week. It's pretty clear. New beginnings on the level of our passion, our desires, our preferences, our highest enthusiasm, saying yes to that part of us and moving ourselves forward with that. Saying yes to it and allowing it to unfold our life in beautiful ways. This is like sparking the life fire, the life force that's within us, and giving it more energy in a good way so that we can move forward powerfully. We have these butterflies flying around her. Those are symbols of transformation. Be open to your transformation. Be open to the change that you are in the midst of. We're all being changed. We're all being transformed. There's so much going on that's for the good on this planet. Never forget that. And if you do forget it, take yourself out for a walk, be kind, be nice, unplug from the media, give yourself a break from that. If you're somebody who listens to it regularly, maybe just tune in a couple of times a week. It's not like you need to listen to it every day. If something really terrible is going on, somebody will tell you. But give yourself a break so that you can be in your now, you can be in your current moment, enjoying your manifested experience, enjoying being in this body, enjoying going in the direction of your preferences, enjoying seeing how life unfolds and surprises and delights you when you do that. When we move in our direction of our preferences, there's a flow and a beauty and an ease and a well-being and a satisfaction that comes with that. So just keep that in mind and keep going. Follow your heart, follow your enthusiasm. It's a very nice card for this week. In other words, take a holiday and enjoy yourself. Even if you're at home, just look for the beauty, fill your life with more beauty. It will do you lots of good. So that is the reading for the week. If it has been of service to you, please like this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you feel that this would be helpful to others who may be suffering or going through a hard time right now, or just need a different perspective and a boost, please feel free to share. This is my act of service to life, and I appreciate your helping me do that. So let's pull ourselves together back into our present moment, closing our eyes, just taking a deep breath, and closing the reading with appreciation and gratitude to the universe for allowing us to come together in this incredible way across time and space, wherever you are. Much love and light to you. I want to thank all those who helped to hold the space today. I ask for help and guidance in terms of us moving in right direction, in right relationship to ourselves, in right relationship to life, in right relationship to our excitement, our enthusiasm, our passion, our preferences. Our intention this week is to be guided by our preferences, to listen to our inner yes and to say yes to that, even in small ways, but to move always in the direction of our highest enthusiasm and calling that which we prefer, even if we're starting small with a flavor preference or a small preference, knowing that it's taking us in the right direction. We can all practice that this week, and it will serve us very, very well. In fact, let me know how it goes for you. I'd love to hear it in the comments below. I want to thank all those who helped to hold the space. The reading is at an end. I'm so grateful. Grateful for you, for being here, for being willing to do this good work, and grateful for this opportunity to join you in that good work. Much love and light, and I will see you next week. Take good care.